Everyone knows these creatures, waking up at each sunset with an intangible thirst for human blood and endowed with immeasurable strength. Alright, do you see some of the background to today's video? Great, you guessed it. We're going to talk about vampires. It was pretty easy to guess. If it wasn't, then how did you get to the video? Anyway, you need a review of the current Vampire Manhwas according to my appreciation, and this in a good top as we like them. So before we start, I'd like to introduce you to the channel and the blog, a new channel that will feature recommendations of manhwa, manga, but also anime and MCU. So don't miss to subscribe and be part of the adventure. Before I start, I have to tell you that I still don't have the PhD in foreign language, so excuse me in advance for the Korean names. With that said, let's start with number 6 on our Vampire Chef list. What better way to start our top than with this delicious entry? Isn't that a great pun? Anyway, let's state the synopsis. We follow in the story Hee-jun, a tall and handsome boy and a cook to boot. Although he prepares appetizing dishes as a master chef, Hee-jun is still a vampire thirsty for human blood. Luckily for him, the girl who was his first bite fell into his restaurant and into his trap. But Miro's blood has a terrible taste. What did she eat? It's time for Chef Hung to put his culinary skills to good use, lavish her with delicacies, and prepare a most succulent meal for himself. After that, we can say that Hee-jun is ready to put the sauce so that Miro is to his liking. On the menu in this manhwa, instead of throwing a bunch of average jokes in your face like I do, you'll get a cocktail of laughter, cooking, and vampire, all served with a hint of romance, dear subscribers. So get set, folks! Let's go with the number 5 of our ranking, which is none other than Sweet Blood. Sweet Blood is a rather classic vampire webtoon at first glance, but with a twist. The synopsis is as follows. Suho, a teenager abandoned by his parents, lives from day to day in a dilapidated apartment. His problems only get worse when an eccentric vampire king from another world takes an interest in his blood. After sacrificing himself to the nightly visits to save a classmate, Suho realizes that there is no easy way out of this strange bond. I'm still not used to Korean names. Anyway, this manhwa is good because instead of serving us a cliché about vampires, it offers an original story with a special blood-based vampire wine anyway. You may have seen it. A love story could see the light of day, but you will see for yourself when you read the first 10 chapters of the manhwa. P.S. It's finished, so no worries about updates. Make way for number 4 of our top vampire manhwa. This is Orange Marmalade. The story follows Beek Ma-ri, a rather ordinary high school girl. Well, on the surface, she's a vampire. Everything normal in their world. That said, people are no longer afraid of vampires, but that doesn't stop humans from discriminating against them. Later, Ma-ri will meet Jung Jae-min, sorry for the pronunciation, the most popular boy in high school. However, things will take a different turn because Jung Jae-min, because of his painful childhood with his stepmother, is misogynistic, and Ma-ri pushes him away at every attempt. I already talked about it in the video about romance manhwa, but I think that this manhwa is attractive because it offers a new blood to the vampire stories. We are used to see about their fear of the sun, appearances, and even their food. A vampire who rejects a choice prey is unheard of. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's make room for the big 3. Big reference to My Hero Academia, and what better way to continue than with Untouchable in 3rd place. Let's start with the synopsis. Sia is a modern-day vampire who absorbs the energy of humans by touching them instead of drinking their blood. She has been desperate to touch Ji-ho since the day he moved in next door, but he is a germaphobe. After reading the synopsis, naturally the question we ask ourselves is, will Ji-ho be able to overcome his misophobia? This is a sick and irrational fear of being in contact with dirt or being contaminated by germs and parasites. And touch Sia? I recommend this manhwa to beginners because we are far from the cliches of the vampire who rises at every sunset to suck blood. No. This manhwa gives a rather original vision of a contemporary vampire. Personally, I think it's a cool power. I can see myself stealing the energy of my boss from time to time to finish the job earlier. Let's go to the number 2 of our top vampire manhwa with White Blood. We follow the story of a young girl named Park Ha-yeon. She's a rather quiet girl with a big heart. Well, that is normal. However, when vampires destroy her chance at the normal life she has always wanted, Ha-yeon is forced to tap into her darkest secret to rid the world of the ruthless hunters who took her over 10 years ago. She then meets Hwang On-tae, a rising star in the local police force, and joins forces with him to seek revenge. Will she manage to bring back justice by eradicating the vampires? I let you find out for yourself. This webtoon is in progress, with more than 92 chapters to its credit. And now, make way for number 1. Of all of them, I can say that this is my favorite because it would be perfect for anyone who wants to start with vampire manhwas. It is definitely Noblesse. Ah, the nobility, this moral or institutional quality, which in the second case can be held in a personal capacity or dynastic or hereditary. No, I'm not messing around with that kind of nobility. I'm talking about the webtoon Noblesse, the one of Sun Jae-ho. You still don't see? Let me refresh your memory. Noblesse is a Korean webtoon in which we follow a beautiful and elegant young man with red eyes, a particular trait in pure blood vampires. His name? Cadis Etrama di Razel. This last one, more commonly called Ray, comes out of a long sleep. A very long sleep. 820 years to be precise. When he wakes up, the world is much more evolved than his. He will have to find a way to acclimatize. By chance, he will find Frankenstein, his faithful servant, who will make him integrate a school in order to learn more about the modern human world. This manhwa is a very good way to pass the time, and I can assure you, you will not find the time long while reading it. Anyway, not as long as Razel's long sleep. If there are some who are still undecided about this one, maybe the animated series Noblesse with 13 thrilling episodes will convince you. We will finish with this last one. I really enjoyed doing this top on Vampire Manhwa. Basically, I know that the vampires are a little has-been, but why not be interested in them if they still like them in 2022? I'll let you debate all this in the comments. And as usual, we don't forget the blue thumb that makes us happy. We subscribe, we comment, and we share on this. I leave you. Bye!